press play. It's a brand new day. Laugh, unload, make waves. We doing it our way. Yeah. Good day, hey, come on and start your day with a smile and a wink and a how you going, mate. Today, hey, pull up a seat, let's say we're all in this together. Good day.
Good day, gay millennials and millennials. Welcome back to another episode of Good Day Gay. I'm Russell Ray, along with my co-host, Pauly B. What up, Pauly B?
What up? Do you like my
How
hat?
are we doing? I love the hat.
Yes.
What kind of hat is that?
Oh my god, I actually don't know the brand. I know it's from like an Australian shop. Wait, if I
Oh my
take the
goodness.
hat off, you're gonna like see
The red
my God,
carpet
you
would
wanna
be
see
so
my hat
disappointed
here?
if someone's like, who are
You're
you wearing?
gonna-
You're like, I don't know.
Beyond Originals with my hat here.
Okay. Beyond Original. Shout out to Beyond Original.
Shout out Beyond Originals.
Today we
How are
are
you?
talking about the adult industry, and is it flopping? Are we overstimulated? Is everything oversaturated? There are new regulations now that the internet is more accessible than ever. But to answer your question, I am doing well. It has been a long week, and you know what's funny is like normally, you know me, I'm from sunrise to sundown, I'm going, right? Like I have a agenda to fulfill. I have a lot of hobbies and I have a lot of things that I like to keep myself stimulated for because I'm a creative. And this weekend I have slept in more than I've ever slept in. I feel like I'm so behind on everything.
You know what though? Like I feel like you literally just said, "Are we overstimulated?" And I'm like, "This is 2026. Like I think we are overstimulated." Like I find myself the second there's like 3 extra people in the gym, I'm overstimulated. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't work out. Like if something catches my attention and I'm just like zoned in on that, I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I'm zoned out. So I think we're all overstimulated, and I think we could all use a sleep in.
Let me tell you, I can relate so hard to the gym situation because nothing irks me more than when I'm waiting for a machine. I make my way to the machine because someone is finished, right? And I don't crowd. I hate when someone crowds me. I take extra long because I'm like, there's no reason for you to be standing here hovering because now I'm gonna take my time and really focus on these workouts and these sets. But you're right.
Yeah.
I get overstimulated. And
I don't
I can
know.
handle groups of people. It's groups
Yeah.
of dumb people that I can't handle. Right.
See,
So like people who
yeah.
can read the room, people are like, oh, we're grocery shopping,
Yes.
we're moving, we're getting out of each other's way.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Sunday, it's busy, everybody got out of church, whatever, right? So everyone's moving fast. It's the
Yes.
ones that are just like, let's stop in the middle of the entire grocery store and have a conversation because I haven't seen you in 10 years. Like, girl, take it to the parking lot because you're in the
Yeah.
way. Right.
See,
Like
we're
stuff like
already
that.
like
I get overstimulated for because my mom used to grab me by the back of the head. There's like a little divot like in the back of your head. And she used to get me like with her finger and she would move me and be like, get out the way, pay attention. And I'm like,
like a bowling ball.
okay. You know, so I would move. So it baffles me when I don't
Yeah.
see people getting out of the way because they have no sense of
Spatial awareness.
of social, not just
Like
awareness in
spatial.
general.
Yeah, spatial awareness. Like that's literally for me in the gym. It's like I don't mind a busy gym because I get it. Like I do group fitness, I do CrossFit. There's gonna be a lot of people. Oh, bottle pop.
It's
When
no
my
alcohol
bottle
in here.
pop.
It's
When my
sparkling water
bottle
and
pop.
pomegranate juice.
Love that.
That was
Say
so
anything.
loud.
We're overstimulated right now. Like literally spatial awareness, like when I'm in a gym class and I'm like, why are your dumbbells next to my dumbbells? Because this is like my workout
Area.
zone. I actually have like an interesting conversation. We're going off topic because we're gay and
Way off topic
overstimulated.
because we're gay and
Way
we're
off topic.
overstimulated.
But you know how like you and I love New York.
We love New
So
York.
my friend was telling me this thing like and we need to check the facts. Like again, we're gay, we don't check facts, but we need to check the facts.
We
My
absolutely
friend,
check facts. What are you talking
Ah!
about?
Okay, we'll check this fact. My friend was saying that Melbourne has like a higher, not a higher population, but like Melbourne has a similar population to New York, but New York is so
Got it.
fast paced, if that makes sense, because
Yes.
people just move fast pace.
Yes.
Whereas, like, okay, maybe it's not the same population, but it's probably the same density or whatever. So Melbourne has like a high population density, but people move so slow. And I'm
Mm.
like, let's move, people. Let's move. Let's get on topic. Let's go.
Okay, so what we're talking about today is basically is the adult industry having a moment of flop. What is happening now that the internet is moving so fast? Everything is so saturated. Everyone is considered quote unquote a content creator. So anybody and everybody is making money off of their bodies in today's time. Now,
Mhm.
that mean that the actual adult industry is in its flop era. Well, hold on. I have some statistics because we do our
Yes, we
math or we
check
do
the
our research.
facts.
Hold on. Let me get up to my notes here. The industry is not in a flop. It is still actually making money globally. The adult industry, according to GetNux, is still making around $97 billion a year, expected to grow steadily over the next decade, multi-billion-dollar increases according to Yahoo Finance. And the US alone is a $15 billion market.
See, the first thing I think of is like the way that businesses move and businesses change. Like, what's it called? Like taxis, like, the business evolved into Uber. Takeaway, the business evolved into Uber Eats. Like, do you
Yes.
think that the industry, like the adult industry, is just one of those industries that have like evolved and adapted over time with like TikTok, with Instagram, with X/Twitter, with like OnlyFans? Like, it's just one of those industries that constantly make money because they're getting to the people in different ways.
So the old industry has officially died out, right? Because there was big production companies. You used to have like production companies out in North Hollywood that were there, and that's all that they did.
Exactly.
DVDs have moved to websites. Websites have now moved to ad revenue because before DVDs would sell and you would sell them for X amount of money and you would make your money off the DVDs, right? Or VHSs.
That's what I was about to say. Let's just remember before DVDs was VHS, and remember
VHS, and then there was
in your
the Playboy
Blockbuster.
channel.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say,
Blockbuster did not have adult movies where we were at, but there was like those
Really?
video stores that had like the curtain.
See, Australia had the like
adult
the
section.
Door. Yeah, Australia had the door.
Oh my
The
gosh!
door.
Can we just talk
Australia
about
had the
everyone does
door.
everything behind closed doors now? Can you imagine going to your local Blockbuster and then renting a DVD, and then it's like,
and someone's
you
like,
know what
just
someone
go
was doing
online.
with that DVD or that VHS, and so they had to put it in the thing. They had to take it out of the thing. Did they even wash their hands? No one knows. And then they take it back to you, and then you have to receive that, check it back in, and put it behind the curtain again.
And
that is
rewind
insane.
Do you remember you have to rewind it back in the day? Like rewind it all the way to the start?
No, I would put it right where I left it. Like, this is where everything ended, right here at this. So for the next person.
That poor person that has to rewind everything back because of you.
That is insane. Well, they didn't have to watch anything, right? Because they had the rewinders, so you just pop the pop the VHSs in, and then they would automatically rewind. And then there was the era where you used to have to press tracking on the VHS tape so that it would like not be like fuzzy.
We're really showing our age.
We are showing our age, which also with our age, the internet started to explode. Like in the early 2000s, we started getting social media. Everyone started flocking. Twitter used to be for like people would post their lunch on Twitter. It wasn't what it is now, where Twitter is basically turned into, or X has basically turned into a free adult website that samples what you could potentially buy if you subscribe to someone's OnlyFans. Now,
it's a marketing initiative.
With that being said, this is correct. With that being said, there are now places, because the internet is ever evolving, where now we're getting into the stage that we're trying to prevent minors or anyone below the age of 18 to inadvertently come across any of these things.
Mm,
So you said you've experienced this, and I've heard of other friends experiencing this
yes.
down where you're at, where the articles came out stating that there was going to be a wall now, firewall, but not a paywall type situation, but you don't have to
Yeah.
pay, you have to verify your age.
You have to verify. So it's not essentially like a paywall, it's essentially a selfie wall. Like
Yes.
the face card. The
I'm
face
trying to
card's
figure out how to
got
explain that.
the face card can't decline. But it's like, it's crazy how this came up, right? Because I remember like me and my barber, we always just talk smack whenever I'm in the chair. It's like blah blah blah, blah. Like
Same.
we really need to set up.
That's just
yeah. That's just you and
men
me.
therapy.
Like, men therapy.
Gay or straight, barbershop is like men therapy. While it's the like most intimate you're ever gonna be with a man, right? Especially if you're straight, and they're like
exactly,
touching your head
just
and
like touching your hair,
pulling your hair back, and you're just like.
And then it's like subscribe to more.
So barbersonly.com.
So my barber and I were just sitting there talking, and I can't remember how it got talk. He said to me, he was like, did you hear that? Like, did you hear the hub is gone? And I was like, what? And he's like, the hub, like, did you hear that the hub's gone? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, now like you have to verify your age to go on like Pornhub or to go on like certain adult websites. And I was like, you know what, that is insane, because literally my friend the other day was like telling me about going on X and clicking on a video and having to like, take a picture of like their set face or take a picture with their passport. Like it's insane. So I remember I messaged you and I was like,
passport is insane.
Okay, so some of the memes that have come out of this are like crazy. There's this one meme where this guy's like on his laptop clicking away, and he like goes to the room with his passport, and his girlfriend's like, babe, where are you going? And he's like, I'm just going to the room. And she's like, why are you bringing your passport? And he's like, oh,
I'm about to travel to a new destination.
Surprise! Like I'm booking us a surprise holiday to nowhere with your right hand.
Oh my! I'm gonna have to put an explicit warning on this episode when it gets uploaded to Spotify, so we don't get canceled. But yeah, now we're in this day and age where, like, back when we were younger, you had to work for this, right? If you were trying to navigate and search, and you had to work for it to find it. Now it's every which way you turn. I have to be careful when I open my Instagram because I don't know what is going to be posted. There is a guy that I follow. His name is Gio. And he's like, I wouldn't exactly call him a fitness influencer, but he does post like somewhat of his workouts.
Yeah.
And I opened my phone at work, one of my jobs, I have multiple jobs. And he was the first person on the doom scroll, right? And it was him. And as far as I knew, he was gay, but then there was this girl on top of him, and she's in lingerie, and he's like, she's straddling him, and I was so flustered. I just turned my phone around because I didn't know how fast I could close it, right? Because I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even supposed to have my Instagram open. It just happened to be open when I took my phone out of my pocket. Because now your iPhone just reads your face every 3 seconds, and you're like, you could be like in the corner like of your face, and it still gets that 1/3, and it unlocks. And then if anything's open, it's just like, oh, right.
You were basically like, when you opened your phone and you saw that, you were basically Nicole Scherzinger on like press tour, being like, yeah.
We're trying to make friends on this podcast. We're not trying to shade anybody.
They also made like fun of that. Like they made a meme out of it. So claps to the Pussycat Dolls for making something.
Going back to what you said on one of the previous episodes where all press is good press, I feel like if you become a meme, that is the ultimate press, because it's going to keep coming, whether good or bad or indifferent, right? Like usually people take the funniest part of whatever it is, and you're the meme of that. So like you think Jennifer Lawrence, where she's like on Hot Ones, and she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Right? So like no one knows what happened before or after that, but we know what do you mean. So
and you use that.
Nicole, shout out to you, girl, because you look good.
Shout out.
She looked like Miss Jackson from the People's Court, where they're like, Miss Jackson, was you intimate with him this morning? And she's like, yes, Your Honor. You know, she's a so shout out to Nicole because she's about to be the new Miss Jackson. Okay.
Yes.
But you know, now you're scanning their AI is scanning the face, but the issue with that is now we have so many young teens that are getting access to peptides and steroids, and so they're looking older, so they can get past these walls
Wow.
now. And so
I didn't think about that.
yeah, because
I didn't think about that.
You have these 16-year-olds who damn near look 35 because they started steroids, and it ages your face. And so there's all these other issues now that's coming along with it. And then now we're so overstimulated in the world. So now the Blue Chew, which is basically a Cialis or a Viagra, is now it's a regular ad that's going to be that pops up on Instagram or X, because I talked to my doctor about this because I was just curious. I'm like, why do all these like everybody's talking about Blue Chew? And he was like, because we're in an era right now where everyone is so overstimulated that they're suffering from ED. If you don't know what E.D is, you can look that up on your own time because we're trying not to be too explicit.
Trying
for
to keep
Spotify.
it PG. Exactly.
But we're trying to be educational here, right? For like obviously for the millennials, the gay millennials, and all the in between, questioning whatnot. But we're so overstimulated now that people are having to need assistance into being aroused. And it's like, you know, every 5 seconds is someone, please subscribe or subscribe to my OnlyFans. And, you know, it's not just now for, you know, the deed, but it's also now if you want their workouts, you have to subscribe to OnlyFans. And I'm like, look, I'm not subscribing to anything, right? Like, even though we ask people to subscribe to our podcast, like I will subscribe to things that are free, right? Because there's ad revenue out there that you can make. And I just think to myself, like, it's, you know, there's so many tools for I can get workouts that work for me. Matter of fact, I went grocery shopping today and I looked at that little camera that gets you on the way out, right? The little security camera. I was like,
you look good.
Bitch, I look good. Look at her.
That camera also makes everyone look good.
No, don't rain on my parade before I will end this conversation right now, 17 minutes in, and this will be the shortest podcast we had. But like, my pecs are coming in, they're nice and heavy. My shoulders are starting. Come on now.
No,
like,
you look
I
good.
was feeling myself. I was like, yes, I haven't looked in a little cart. I look like the ideal like influencer. Right? I had chicken, rice, vegetables, fruits. I had like everything that was not a single snack in that basket. It was all healthy foods. And I think I had like laundry detergent and toilet paper, but like
the essentials.
You gotta wash your booty and you gotta wash your clothes, okay?
Okay, but going back to what you said, like adult industry, right? Because people be hustling out there. So on OnlyFans and on X, the adult industry is, you know, doing the adult industry. Same profile on Instagram, they're doing a fitness Instagram. They're doing a fitness, do you know what I mean? They're out there hustling. So shout out to the hustlers.
Shout out to the hustlers, but also, I wanted to get back to is, hold on, I did some research on Australia's on Australia's usage of the hub.
And I was just about to say, just for clarification, it is Australia that it's like access is limited now compared to.
It's not just Australia though; it's other countries.
Oh, really?
Like it's a few European countries are starting to have it now.
Oh, okay.
And so I
thought it was just Australia.
You know, we're always last here, so if I could run the government, we would be right there with you. But unfortunately, we are just not there yet. Because let me tell you, they would not be ready for me in that White House. Okay, we'd be getting things done.
You're like selfie wall now.
We'd be getting things done. We would have free college. It would be, if you decided that you wanted to enroll in college, you would have access to that. There would be no potholes on the 405 freeway in LA. Okay, your rims would still be nice. A lot of things would change. Anyways, so let's break this down. So I was just curious about how many straight men are interested in man-on-man content.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Give me. Okay, is it?
I'm not giving you anything. You just ask if you can guess. I can't give you any clues.
Is it more than 80%?
More than 80%?
Yeah.
No, you're way off.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say then 40%.
No.
Okay, go
So
for it. What's the answer?
an academic study in Australia showed that 20 to 21% of hetero men reported watching male on male content for the arousal,
Oh,
which is
okay.
basically 1 in 5 straight men.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
let's see. So basically, the research shows that curiosity and novelty um, re-stimulates the brain, which straight men get bored of straight hetero content. So they
Mm,
look for other ways to arouse themselves. And a
mm,
lot of times these men have admitted to, some men have admitted to there being a more dominant masculine man on screen and them wanting to implement that themselves in their own
okay.
relationships. I was like, oh, there's some insecurities here. Um,
Interesting. Very interesting. I think
and
it's like I was just about to say it's kind of like that kink of like danger or like venturing into the unknown, like that kink of like getting aroused from like something you don't know but it's exciting. Like yeah,
well, some of
like
this information
that's
I got is from the advocate.com. And basically where the mindset is that
Mm,
competition does exist even in private when it comes to men, right? So why do they encourage you
mm,
to work out with another man at the gym? Because you have this unspoken
mm,
testosterone battle of the hierarchy when you're working out with someone, therefore you tend to push yourself further versus if you
yeah,
push yourself alone. So it's the
I see
same
that.
thing, but this is just in an intimate private zone in your own mental state of there's now this competition of you wanting to be masculine dominant or wanting to implement these things in the bedroom.
Mm,
So that was um very interesting to me that it was 20% of straight men are into this. um let's see, about 84% of men in Australia and 54% of, which is astronomically lower than I thought for women, 54% in Australia have watched adult content at some point, according to
mm-hmm,
PubMed. And
mm-hmm.
around 76% of men and 41% of women have watched it in the past year, according to the same website. Um,
Mm.
so it basically, going online to find this type of thing is not a niche behavior. It is actually more mainstream than people talk about. It's technically taboo to speak about, but people are doing it. So it's questioning, why is this so taboo?
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder though in the data, like how much of it in the data is someone by themselves versus like someone with their partner, like trying to spice it up a little bit, trying to like do things together. Do you know what I mean? Like
so
I wonder what that is.
you know what I have heard is that people will
Mm.
watch content to like couples will watch content together and they'll
Mm.
copy everything that they're doing on the screen. Like
Oh.
it's like this game of Simon Says, right? Like you're doing their positions, especially when people are kind of vanilla. It's like, oh, well, let's go to this. Or like you find a video and I'll find a video. We'll watch yours and implement those things. You can watch, or we'll watch mine and we'll implement those things as well. So it's kind of like this extra, it's like this tool that people are now using in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but what really caught me off guard is that
Hmm.
only 3 to 5% of Aussies are LGBTQ
Like within the survey or in general?
in general.
3 to 5%. What's that as
Yeah,
a
it says
population?
LGBTQ plus individuals, about 3 to 5% of Aussies, are more likely to consume
Ah,
homosexual content. Which I
homosexual.
maybe I'm reading that. I'm reading it as is, but maybe I'm understanding it differently. So if somebody else knows, please let me know.
Mm. Yeah, we're gonna have to verify that one. But I mean, Australia is a small country.
And Australia is
Australia
your
is
population is only 26 million.
That's what I was gonna say. And like you look at Australia, there's like an entire middle section which is, country town.
Yeah.
So it could make sense that that's 3 to 5%. But we need more gays here. We need more gays. Come to Australia, gays. Not just the
So
gays, the
in
the
Australia
community.
alone, your population is 26 million. You have adults who watch adult content, roughly 15 to 18 million people. And then
Mm-hmm.
the portion who engage in homosexual arousal adult
Mm-hmm.
content
Mm-hmm.
is about 10%, which is about 1.5 million people.
Okay.
Um, and then they said if we're doing a mid estimate given based off of the different activities of what people were engaging with, then we're closer to the 2.5 million people range.
Come on, statistics.
It's like, oh my goodness, hold on, did I do now?
Look,
Let's
we
compare
sound
this
so
to
smart right
America.
now.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you. Look, I
we
went to
do.
school for television broadcasting and journalism, so I know what I'm doing. This is
Exactly. And you're
why.
doing
No,
good,
let me
babe.
tell you. Let me tell you. This is why I'm always 2 steps ahead of everybody, right? So I have contracted with different places, and I always know what's coming because I know when to read between the lines when things start to come out, right? And I'm like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. I'll tell you like 90%, and I'm not joking on this. 90% of the time, I'm absolutely correct. Um,
You could have warned me that a
I just
selfie wall was
know
coming.
things. I can read into things so well. Maybe that's why I get so frustrated with people sometimes because like I'm like, this is so obvious to me. How did you miss that? You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a whole thing. Like, for example, let me throw some shade real quick. No,
Oh,
actually, I'm not gonna throw
it,
shade, but
literally 10 minminutes ago, you're like, this is not that podcast.
my my ex's my ex-girlfriend from when I was younger, um, her husband came out as gay and blew up their entire marriage, right? I don't wish bad upon anybody, and I think that's a rough thing to go about, especially
Yeah.
when you don't like the LGBTQ community. Now you have to explain to your children that their father
Mm.
is gay. Um,
But also, it'd be
but
a struggle to like
But then
come
I
out. Do you
dialed
know what I
back to
mean?
this, and they had a YouTube channel together, and I saw their wedding video, and he lip synced to Beyonce, and I was like, "How did you not see this coming? Like
That's a telltale
you
sign.
weren't
That's
lip
a
syncing to
telltale.
Usher, you weren't lip syncing to Trey Songs, you weren't lip syncing to, you weren't lip syncing to like Slim Shady, you weren't lip syncing to like nothing, right? Like none of these hetero masculine men. You were lip syncing to Beyonce, and then you did it alongside your siblings, which was even more like, how did you not see that this man was gay? But anyways,
He
and there's
falls
nothing
in the
wrong being obviously there's
statistics.
nothing wrong being gay. There's nothing wrong being bisexual. I
There's
feel like
nothing.
bisexuals
Nothing.
get the blunt of everything, right? Because especially when it comes to women dating bisexual men, it's like, oh, well, I can't compete with everybody. But it's like,
Mm.
so you don't accept, and they're like, oh, well, a bisexual man is not as manly as a regular man. Like, well, a bisexual man can probably beat a straight man's ass, but we won't go that far. And so I digress on this. So I'm just saying, I'm always 2 steps ahead, and I do
She's
my
ready.
research. I can
She's
find
ready. She
I
does
can
the
find out
research.
anything. There was like an incident that happened here in our neighborhood, and um
You're that guy looking out the window like,
all I did was get a couple pieces of information, and I found the person, their face, and I found several articles about them, and I was like, this is the person that did it. And I waited, and 2 weeks later there was an article released, and they were like, announcing, and then it was like, this was a person, and he was, they're charging him with X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, if
you
y'all would
could
have
have
just hired
given
me.
exactly. You could have given that information.
Well,
See,
I had an
I
idea that they already had it, but I was just quicker to find it because I'm just that fast.
see. I just
Um,
digress back to what I said before. You could have warned us people in Australia that this selfie wall was coming. You could have told us. If you're 2 steps ahead, you could have told us.
you could have told your damn self.
Take the selfie.
Now I want to dial this back to Americans.
Yes.
Institute for Family Studies stated that around 58 to 61% of Americans say that they have engaged in watching adult content at some point. Roughly 69% of men and 40% of women watch it yearly, which is about 40 million Americans visiting adult content sites on a regular. That is more than the entire country of Australia.
Yeah.
This is insane. Now we're gonna narrow it down to the
Go for it.
homosexual part of it. The U.S. population, LGBTQ population, is roughly 7 to 8%. So maybe that was right on the Australian percentage
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, it probably makes sense. No, it does make sense.
And 20% of people here also have admitted to watching male on male adult content. Now, our U.S. population is 335 million people. There's 260 million adults. Of that, people who watch it, adult content, 150 to 180 million, which is roughly about 22 million people watching some point homosexual contents, which is a bit crazy because we seem to be in a time where people are coming for the LGBTQ community. And according to the statistics and according to my best friend's DMs, there are a lot of very conservative male heterosexual men who want interaction with gay men. And yes, we have the screenshots and we'll release them. Nobody knows, but don't test my friend. And
Release
it's not
them.
considered revenge corn because my friend will not post any photos, but you can release text messages, and my friend is not the one to play with. But we'll just leave that as is.
I'm scared.
Now, you should be scared. Okay, we are Mexican. You should be scared. I'm just kidding. That's a whole bad stigma. Don't be scared. We're actually we'll feed you, give you the clothes off our back, give you a place to live. We are those type of people. Let's see. The U.S. alone is one of the largest same-sex adult content markets globally. This is insane to me. It is insane to me because we're only 5 to 8% of the population, yet we're the largest consumers. I think it's psychotic to me that people are coming for us in our own country when people actually enjoy homosexual, homoerotic content. Bottom line is, getting back to the whole reason of our episode, is that it has become so accessible now that we have to, as a society, protect our youth and the youthful minds of, anyone inadvertently under 18 consuming this on accident, right? And I say on accident because you only have to be 13 years old to sign up for Instagram, and it only takes a follow or for you to follow a fitness influencer who then wants to start posting pictures, and whether it's a man or woman, now it's become really popular to post videos in a thong, right? Like all these straight men now are like, it's like, get ready with me. And then they throw all their outfit on the bed. And it's like, it's like shorts, socks, a tank top, and then a thong. And then and then you see him walking and it's like, what are we doing? It's gay baiting, which also is an issue. Like, why are the gays giving?
I'm just gonna sit back and listen to you.
Giving into gay baiting. Why is it?
We've talked about this on an episode before. Shout out to those that have listened. Go back and have a listen. But it's what the gays do. Like, I find myself sitting there scrolling, and I have to remind myself, like, if I'm
they're
like,
straight.
cool, I like this content, click on their page to look at more. I'm like, wait, they're straight. I've just been gay baited. Exit, exit, exit. Like, get out of there. You're a danger girl.
I'm like, oh, gay bait? Unfollow. Like, if you're not the real thing, I don't want to see it.
But you're so true. Like, there's literally, you go down that rabbit hole where it comes up on your feed, you see the content, you're like, cool, he's hot. You click on the profile, cool, the content's hot. You click on the link tree, you have multiple sites there. like it's very accessible. And I think it's what you said, like, protecting minors, because this comes at a time not too far away from when Australia also did the social media ban for people under 16. So yeah.
You know what? I admire Australia for the fact that they have enforced strict age verification laws. Because again, this is not meant for anybody under the age of 18, let alone you can barely handle this at the age of 18. Like the psychologists have said time and time again, like when your child is starting to engage in self-stimulation, and if you catch them on these things, remind them that it's better to use their imagination, because the mind is the most powerful thing, right? Like instant gratification is videos, pictures, all of these things. But if you allow your mind to take over, you can actually probably take yourself in a more type of stimulant world. I'm really trying to be clean about this.
No, but you know what? I think that literally goes back to the first question that you asked at the beginning of the episode. Like, are we overstimulated?
Yes.
And you look at people like us, we're millennials. Like, we're overstimulated. Like, let's go beyond us. Like,
I have to disagree with you.
even, but we are. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, in a sense, because we're in that gap between social media and like not social media. Like, I'm so dumb, I don't even know the differences between the generations. But because we're like in those generations, like where we do like social media, but we're also like old school, we are getting sucked in. So, the newer generations are like, if we're somewhat overstimulated, the new generation is 100% overstimulated.
That's what I was gonna say. When I said I disagree with you is because millennials in fact came before the internet exploded. So we grew up outside, we grew up playing with friends, we grew up stealing our older siblings magazines and like, oh my god, look at this hot girl in this magazine, right? And then you eventually started to realize, wow, look at this hot guy in this magazine. It's like, whatever, right? Like, especially dads in America, they're so concerned about like, you're turning our sons gay. Like, your son is playing with a WWE wrestler in Speedos that's all muscle. Like, you are turning your son gay. We are not turning your son gay, right?
So I was just gonna say, I just remember something hilarious. Like, so we're literally in like Chemist Warehouse, which is, I don't know if you've got multiple like discount places in the US.
Yes.
But we're in Chemist Warehouse, and there's like this new brand that's being promoted by Jamie Jury. Like, I don't know if you know who Jamie Jury is, but he's Australia's like number one tradie, like tradesperson, essentially.
Okay.
And I just like said to my partner, I literally was just like, do you know who Jamie Jury is? And he's like, no, I don't. And I was like, Jamie Jury is probably like one of like my gay awakening factors of like seeing a hot man on TV as a tradie, shirtless in all the magazines, like all of that stuff. And so
I want to be shirtless in a magazine.
You will, baby. But
Hell yeah.
I think, hell yeah. But I think going back to what we've been talking about, like millennials being overstimulated, therefore other generations are definitely overstimulated. I don't know about you, but do you think because we live in that gray area or that middle area, like it's easier for us to log off, if that makes sense? Like
it's easier for us to log off, to also compartmentalize. Because we know that there's a time and place for that, right? We know that we are millennials are goal driven. We knew what it was like to set a goal, to not achieve the goal, or to achieve the goal. So we knew what it was like to build up and to fall on our face. We also knew what it was like to build up and have the satisfaction of all your hard work paying off. This next generation is instant gratification, which is why we're seeing probably, well,
which is why we're seeing.
I don't want to speak on this like I am a psychiatrist. These are things that I've read and I've seen in articles. Is that this is why we're
gay psychologist.
a higher, correct?
Exactly.
Why we're in a higher state of mental health problems in this next generation is because there's this sense of they need instant gratification. They're in competition with everybody online. Like we were in competition with people in our middle school, and roughly, when the people that we went to school with looked like us, we were part of the same community. We were, we were consuming the same things. We had access to the same things. So we roughly all went through the same ugly stage. We went through the same glow ups. We went through the same, we all went through those same type of things. So you weren't really competing, but you were competing. You were more Oh my God, where did you get that at? Oh my God, I got those new Nikes too. You know, like it was more of that.
Mm,
And
mm,
now you're seeing that these 16-year-olds have $1 million mansions, and it's like, well, I can get, so there's this unnecessary stress
yeah.
and pressure that is stressed on that is placed on this next generation, and
Mm,
they're
mm,
aging so much faster because they have so
exactly.
much time on the blue screen, which is your phones. And
Mm,
so it is creating a, again, the mind is the most powerful thing, and so it's creating this mental
mm,
stress that we've never seen before in a generation. You know,
yeah,
like
exactly.
the generation before us had work stress, and it was work, 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 and it was unionized and all these things. And you know, workers unions are great, but it was all about that hard day's labor, that really 9 to 5 and that nuclear
Mm,
family. And now when it
mm,
came to millennials, it was like there's this whole new world that's approaching, right? There's websites, like, you know, celebrities talk about, like, everyone was running to the websites, and this was in the 90s, like in the late 90s, everyone was running to websites because they wanted to get a website with their name before someone else owned it, because they
yeah,
knew that you
that's
were gonna have
it.
to pay 20,000, which is
Exactly.
a crazy cheap price. Like, you had to pay
RIP,
20,000
yeah.
to get your website off of someone. Like, that's ridiculous, because now you're paying millions. But um anyways, so there's this overstimulation that's happening now, right? And
Mm,
Australia's govern age verification laws, I think, are great. And the hub, Australia didn't block the hub blocked Australians.
in line with
Is what
policy,
I
yeah.
think
Mm.
most people don't understand. Um, and so, like, these things need to be put into place, but these content companies don't want to deal with the restrictions, or like the responsibilities
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
come
yeah.
with this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So even with the facial scans and all that, you can be accidentally led onto their website, and then you're liable for that as a website owner. Um,
Mm.
and then there's this next generation where they're so smart, where it's like, you got to upload your IDs, you got to upload your, and they're like, forget that, I'm just gonna get a VPN, which VPN downloads have skyrocketed. It's now I'm in Canada, you know, or now I'm in the United States. And so then
Well,
there's not a verification wall, and it's insane to me. Like, there's is so much happening right now, and everything is changing, and we're like the kings
mm,
of transformation, right? Like, we really do
mm.
know how to be chameleons and change with the times, and it's this next generation that has a hard time doing that.
Well, see, my like entrepreneur brain now is going into a new market. So you know how like the kids these days love vintage. So
Mhm.
now we're probably going to see VHS coming back. We're going
Oh
to see
God,
DVD players coming back,
I will be
and
so mad.
but the adult films in Australia will be sold vintage.
You're gonna have video store. Blockbuster will make it. You heard it here first. Blockbuster is making a
Is coming
comeback.
back. If that comes true, and we said it here first, we're rich.
I want to be on the billboard. Okay. I also want to be on Netflix's billboard, because I remember when Netflix they were mailing DVDs to your house. It started as a mail
Oh,
service.
that's right. That's
So you
right.
would get the DVDs, they were put like in a little sleeve, and they were shipped to your house, and then you would put it back in the sleeve, and you would send it back to the warehouse. And that's how Netflix started before they started the whole streaming content.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
but my question for the viewers is,
Yeah, let's go on.
um write in our comments below, are you overstimulated with all this content that's being pushed out to you and in your
Mm,
feeds?
mm.
It is currently, you were raised Catholic, I was raised Catholic, there's a lot of people that gave up social media for Lent. Is this a cleanse because you're just overstimulated? Please let us know in the comments below,
Mm.
if you know this is the era of overstimulation. If you want to get personal and DM one of us and let us know if you're struggling and that you're leaning
Oh,
towards taking these supplements, um, to help you get over this overstimulation, also let us know with that. I
yes.
would like to know how you compartmentalize and differentiate, um, fantasy and reality. And also, if you're straight, I promise you we won't post your stuff on the podcast, but like, I really want to know what it is that you look for, um, or why you are so intrigued. Oh, the power went out, girl. Hold
Oh,
on.
oh my gosh.
Um,
Wait.
Why you're intrigued enough to watch homo homoerotic content. I'm trying to find the plugin for this light. Hold on.
I think one thing that I want to hear from our viewers as well, like if y'all are in a couple, are you guys the couple that are doing the video for video simulation, video like let's copy the video kind of situation? I want to know that too.
Um, and with that, um, I want to talk about our petty. I want to do a little petty moment of the week.
I was gonna say I'm looking at the notes and I was like, we need to get petty. We need to get petty.
Someone said that they are taking a break from the adult content to reset their brain. Baby, it's not a break. That's a software update because your brain is on dial-up, and we need to get you on Fios. Okay, your brain is like.
Look, I am in Australia, so I'm on a forced break. I've been forced to take the hiatus. Okay, so like this person's made a choice. This person has made a choice.
Like, here's my other thing too. There's so many. I don't want to be that. I don't know. Tell me if this is petty or not. But I don't understand how someone like me, right? I have 7 nieces and nephews. How people, I just really want to know, like, how you remove that conscious from your mind of like, my nieces or nephew can see this sometime on accident, something that you post on X. You know, and it's like people full on like full face, full body, and I'm like, what if your cousin accidentally sees this? Like, you know what I mean? And then it's the talk of town. And you know, Mexicans, we are like nosy. So if one person sees it, the whole family's gonna hear about it. Like,
Okay.
"Hi, do you know Russell is showing his butt all over the internet?" You know what I mean?
And he is. Wait.
He is. Ay, está culo all over the internet.
Está culo. I think that I'm being like really dumb today. When you say like someone said they're taking a break from porn, do you mean as in from creating content or from watching it?
From visualizing adult content.
See, look, and I think at the end of the day, like taking a break from something that you know or might have a thought that is
Sorry.
you're sleeping. You need to watch something and go to bed.
Oh.
Doctor's order.
Doctor's order.
Gay doctor's order. Do it for all of us here in Australia. But I think at the end of the day, like if you know or if you believe or if you think that something is having a negative impact on you or your brain or your psychology or your emotions, I don't think a break is bad. Like, one, did it have to be corn? Does it have to be corn porn? Or could it have been like a social media break? Like, could they have just logged out of Instagram for a bit? Could they have like turned off their work emails? Like, did it have to be that to reset their brain? Or like, could it just be anything that's overstimulating them to take their brain? So I don't think it's petty that they've done it. I think gay psychologist approves.
The other thing is too, could you date someone who has an OnlyFans and who produces adult content? Because look, at some point, right? So I'm sure at the beginning of starting an OnlyFans that has intimate videos on it, I'm sure at some point it was enjoyable, right? Like, oh, this is hot. Like, I'm like with everybody that I've ever fantasized about being with. And then at some point it stops being that and it becomes a job, right? So does that physically affect your intimacy at home with your partner? Is it harder for you to find partners? How would you feel dating would you date someone who had an OnlyFans?
Okay, so thank you for bringing that up because I actually had this as like a talking point. So before my location IP address was blocked,
Before you downloaded your VPN,
one of the content creators that I guess I may or may not have followed, who you might know about, is he's Oh no, he's Miami. Fitness Puppy.
I
Fitness
do know who that
Puppy.
is.
Yeah, but
Yes, yes, yes.
he. So just before
I have met him in person.
oh, sign up to our OnlyFans to hear that story. No. Okay, but like he recently, I think within the past few months, has announced like, look, like being in the industry has done what I needed it to do for me.
Mhm.
I have money now. I have houses. I paid off my family's debt. I don't know if he said that. I think he did. But he
Okay.
basically said, look, I'm retiring from corn. And so I think it goes back to what you said,
But like
could you date? Because he does have a partner.
he
So
does, and they bought a house together.
exactly, but it's maybe it's not what you said. It's the goal, millennial goal in mind of being like, I need
Get in,
money,
get
I
out.
need the paper, get in, get out, and
Well,
he's retired. Like he's officially retired.
he officially retired, like officially retired, because I'm sure that X is still floating, or like that
I don't know because
like,
I
are
don't
we
have
shutting down the
access.
page officially, or is it just going to be the old videos recycled? Because people will
It's
still
the old
watch.
videos recycled.
But like, how do you apply to a job after that?
You
Like,
don't need
hey,
to
what have
because
you
you've
done?
literally made millions of dollars.
But you still have to. Well, no. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So I also did some more research on that, and
She did research.
she did research today. Hold on, where's it at? I was looking at the OnlyFans world, and
I'm so proud of you.
the OnlyFans world is in fact oversaturated. However,
Mm.
let's see. OnlyFans currently has 377 million accounts, right? There's 4.6 million creators, which is actually a lot less than I realized.
Mhm.
And according to the Business Insider, fan spending is $7.2 billion annually. The US alone spent $2.6 billion in 2025, according to the European Business Magazine. So it's not a dying platform. It is fairly oversaturated. The average creator, this is actually really going to blow your mind because this is statistics from OnlyFans, is the average creator brings in $130 to $180 a month.
Oh, okay.
The
So it's
average
basically
creator.
like it's like an executive job. Like it's like if you were an executive of a company or something.
Creator Hero says that beginners can make roughly between $100 and $1,000 a month. If you're below the top 50%, sometimes you can make as low as $24 a month. Which I think I would be so ashamed of myself if I had an OnlyFans and brought in only $24 in a month. I'd be like, I'm gonna cancel this.
$24
This is
a
more
month.
work to set up the damn camera than if I just went in cash cans at this point. Okay.
Once a month, you're literally like, guys, we're supersizing because we can afford it today.
Now, if you're in the top 1%, you're making thousands. If you're in the top 0.1%, you're making roughly $146,000 a month. The top 0.1%, so the top 0.1% of creators make 76% of all the money that is thrust into OnlyFans. The growth rate since 2019 has been 1,200% as in new creators on OnlyFans. Growth has slowed down. Demand is high, but competition is exploded given younger people with nicer bodies, steroids, peptides taken into place, Brazilian butt lifts, and implants. Let's see what else. Celebrities are now taking over OnlyFans and now oversaturating the market and taking away from creators, even though celebrities are not producing adult content. They're using OnlyFans now as a exclusive subscribe to get an insight of my life type situation where they're making in cases $1 million per month.
Wow.
But now OnlyFans is looking more like a side hustle.
It wouldn't last forever.
To your regular 9-to-5 job. If you want to thrive, now you need to change your strategy to marketing. Marketing, branding, and niche positioning for audience building, which is what we do here, right? Like we're catering to gay millennials, which are the gay millennials and millennials who are allies. So we are niche, which I feel this is why YouTube keeps boosting us. And so we're kind of getting it's taken us a few seasons, but we're getting closer and closer to where we're at, right? We want to make sure that we're catering to our people. But higher engagement means higher money. Random accounts with no funnels, no strategy, and no identity tend to not make any money, which will be a $24 a month people. So this is crazy. I still want to know, people in the comments, would you date someone who was an OnlyFans creator, and what would be your boundaries with that?
Good
Personally,
question.
I don't know if I could date an OnlyFans creator unless
I definitely couldn't.
It was more of a model-esque type page, right? Where they're not interacting with someone else. Like, pose in lingerie all you want, pose in, if you have the body, like, look, if I had the body, I would be all up in my little chonies all over the internet, just walking back and forth, cooking breakfast, right? I don't need to get naked, but I would be all up in my chonies.
I'm just gonna let you know right now that is the $24 a month content that you're describing right there is the $24 a month content. So,
and you know what, $24 is basically you'd be watching Love Island with me, right? They're walking around their underwear, I'm walking around in my underwear. It's the same thing. I'm just producing it myself. So if you want, you can put in your request for me to make bacon and eggs, or if you want to make biscuits and gravy, whatever you want, I will make. And pretend to feed it to you. See, that's niche. I'll pretend to feed it to you. Like, you want some of this biscuits and gravy?
You have to stop now before someone takes the idea.
Take the idea, baby. Just, I'm taking 10%. Okay.
Yeah. Take the $2.40 from the $24.
I will take my $2.40. Thank you so much. And that leads us into our R&R moment of the week. Paul, what is it about this week that just made you say, I'm
gonna be completely honest right now, and my oh no moment of the week is literally like the past 56 minutes and 46 seconds. Whenever you drop statistics, I like zoned out. So I, really am giving into the stereotype of, you and I say we're dumb, like we're gay, we're not dumb or whatever.
We're not
like
smart.
We're gay, we're not smart. Like I've literally given into that because anytime you drop statistics, my mind like just wandered. And so am I overstimulated? Yes. Does it make me say, oh no? Yes. And with that, oh no. So what's yours?
My oh no moment of the week was I am second guessing my life choices.
$24.
I have there's right. We all know I have multiple jobs. I do. I have 4 jobs. 4 jobs. To make this clear. And one of them, I really just am beside myself. Like, why do I do this job? Right? Like, I really have, and I think that's healthy to ask yourself sometimes, why am I here? Right? And I've really gotten to a point where I'm like, this has become stagnant. It provides what it needs to, but am I entirely fulfilled from it? No. I have, other things that I can do. So I'm trying to realign myself. Like, what do I need to do in order to get to that next place? And so I have decided that I am going to hire some camera people and video production people, and they're going to take professional footage and photos of me while I'm hosting. I'm going to rebuild my media package, and then I am going to package that up and start sending it out to agents to come to my show, and I'm going to send them free tickets so that I can get back into doing what I'm meant to do, right? If you've seen me live on stage, I am the SHIT at what I do. People say it all the time. And so, so one of my jobs, I was just really like, what am I doing? Like, I'm undervalued, underappreciated. And then one of my other things that I'm doing, I'm like, this feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. And so, I think everything in life is, it moves you towards where you're supposed to be. And I definitely appreciate everything that I have been presented in my life. But there does come a point where you have to know when is the time to start transitioning to that next phase in life. And I think that's where I'm at right now. So I was like,
And
or no, or did I miss it?
oh no. And look, as your gay therapist, I think that this is 100% completely healthy. Like, I think this is good. I think you're doing the things that you need to do. But as like your gay financial advisor, it is providing you right now more than $24 a month. So
It's barely providing me $24 a month.
so until you get there, we keep processing these thoughts.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we'll see you next week. I'm going to go log on to X. See you later. Bye.
I'm not.